Hi everyone.
Hi.
Today is a real winter favourite of ours. It is chicken laksa, and we have probably been having this even before we were keto. We used to make this.
Yeah, but we did have to tweak some things to make it a bit lower carb. But it's like a kind of really fragrant coconut broth. So normally it would have, you could use laksa paste, but it tends to have sugar in it, so we prefer just to make our own. Like it normally has noodles in it as well. Instead of the noodles, we use wombok or Chinese cabbage, but you could also, I know some people use cognac noodles in it as well.
I don't think it needs it.
No, I like
because
it with the cabbage.
The cabbage, we were doing cognac noodles for a while, but I find the cabbage really just gives it enough.
Yeah, so we have got all our ingredients here, which I'll just quickly go through. So Dan has just shredded one whole barbecue or rotisserie chicken, and that was about 500 grams of chicken. So if you wanted to kind of just, shred your own cooked chicken breast or whatever, but that's one whole chicken. And then we've got half of a wombok or Chinese cabbage, which we've just shredded up. And we've got some coconut oil that we're going to fry our curry kind of paste off in, coconut cream, some lime juice, fish sauce, tamarind, some stevia drops, salt, chicken broth, and over here is where we're starting with our spice paste, and in here we have some chopped long red chilies are the ones that we use, so they're fairly mild in flavour, but you could certainly do a little bit less if you're worried about the heat, but you want it to have a little bit of spice, I think.
This is at my maximum heat threshold.
We've also got some lemongrass, some garlic, lime zest, some turmeric powder, and a little bit of water in the bottom just to help it get going. So we've tried to kind of use the least amount of ingredients we can, because usually it has like a string of ingredients and some of them can be a bit difficult to get. So we've tried to make it as easy as possible, but it is a few more ingredients than probably our usual recipes. But trust me, it is absolutely delicious. And we used to have this recipe all the time. We haven't had it for ages, but when we said we were doing it, I was like, oh, I'm so excited.
This is going to be dinner tonight.
So what we're going to do first of all, so we've got all of our spice paste ingredients in here. I just need to add a little bit of salt. And then what we're going to do is blend this up until it's kind of all chopped right as fine as you can. If you have like a ninja bullet type thing, that's probably slightly better than this, but we'll see how we go. It's
really just incorporating it all kind of and chopping it, right?
Yeah, so you want it really finely chopped into almost a paste.
Or you can smell the chili.
Yeah, I know, it smells like it's super fragrant, the spice mix, but you can see it's kind of in some sort of a paste, so that's what you're aiming for. So now what we're going to do is go over to the stovetop. We're going to get some coconut oil melting, and then we're going to cook off our spice paste and go from there. Okay, so we've just got like a large pot heating up over medium heat, and we've got our coconut oil in there. We're going to add our spice paste. We don't want to kind of burn it or it to go really brown, but we just want to cook it out.
So you can smell it, right?
Yeah. Sizzling. Whoa, so fragrant. Smells delicious. Okay, so we're just going to cook this by itself for about 5 or 6 minutes, just to make sure that it's all kind of the rawness is cooked out. But again, just make sure it's not too high, because we don't want it to burn at all, because that'll make it bitter. Okay, so our curry paste has been cooking away for about 5 minutes now. It smells delicious in here. So now we're going to add in our coconut cream. Solid as a rock. Ugh. So we're going to add the coconut cream and our chicken broth. And we're also going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of tamarind puree or tamarind paste, which is really what gives it a nice kind of sourness, which is important in kind of the balancing of you know, Asian type dishes. So you only need half a teaspoon, but it does really help a lot. And this is just one of those things you can have in your fridge for ages and it will last for ages. So now we're going to bring this up to a simmer, and then we're going to add in our chicken and our cabbage. Okay, so you can see our delicious kind of fragrant coconutty broth is all simmering away now. So what we're going to do is add in the cabbage and the chicken, and we're just like cooking the cabbage and heating through the chicken. So we're just going to simmer it for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to add our last little flavorings, and then it's ready. So it's, I mean, it's pretty quick to come together really. Okay, so our cabbage is now all cooked and our chicken's all heated through. So we're just going to add like the final touches, which really just kind of evens out the flavour, because you really want, you know, that kind of sour, sweet, spicy, kind of umami flavours. So we've got some fish sauce here that we're just going to add in, some lime juice, and a few drops of stevia for the sweetness. You can tweak this obviously to your own taste, but this is just how we prefer it. So we just want to stir those through, and then it's ready. Yeah.
It smells so amazing in here.
And also, I was just going to say, it's such a miserable, cold,
it is,
wintry day here. I could not think of a more perfect dinner for us to have later on. So as you can see, we've got this delicious kind of coconutty, fragrant broth with the cabbage and chicken in it. You could add konjac noodles if you want to, or kelp noodles I think we've used before, but we like it just like this.
And you can kind of choose your protein too, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
like if you wanted prawns or in there as well, you could definitely do that.
Yeah, so you could just simmer your prawns in the broth to cook them, or, you know, if you had leftover kind of shredded meat, I'm sure it would work in there. But let's serve some up. So you want to have a big bowl. Okay, so it's nice, like before we've had like some bean sprouts on the top, but you always need to have fresh coriander. This is from our garden and it looks amazing. But there
looks
you
pretty
have
with the
it.
coriander on it.
You don't need to be having, you know, takeaway guys that you don't know what is in it. This is delicious and, you know, 100% clean ingredients.
Now, I'm a little bit nervous about this because I think it's going to be a little bit spicier than what I'm used to.
It's not, but it's going to be hot temperature wise, so just be careful.
Just want to get a little bit of chicken. This is going to be messy. Cabbage. Actually, the heat is fine. It is the perfect winter warmer, like that real kind of comfort, sit on the couch under a blanket with a bowl of this, watching Netflix. I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing tonight.
100%.
This is absolutely delicious.
Definitely give this recipe a try. I know it probably seems a bit overwhelming with the ingredients when you look at it, but it is worth it. And we also, like, this serves 4 people, and it's pretty generous serve, I would say, as well. And we freeze the leftovers, perfect for grabbing out for lunch one day, or they reheat really well for leftovers as well. So definitely give this recipe a try. Give it a thumbs up because that really helps support us.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.